Hey guys, welcome back to my channel, and if you're new, my name is Elena. In today's video we are going to be doing a review on the new Colourpop times Disney collab. It is their Midnight Masquerade collection, and I'm really excited for you guys to see all the swatches, to see the demo, and to hear my review on this collection. So if you want to hear my opinion on the new Colourpop times Disney collection, then make sure to keep on watching. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, give this video a huge thumbs up, and turn on post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a video. And let's go ahead and get right into the review.
I just been balling out every season. No excuses, I left in the bleachers. I just been married to double cup. I gotta pull me a four inside.
So I got a super exciting package today, and I know you guys already know what it is by the name of the title, but I got the new Colourpop times Disney Midnight Masquerade palette and collection. So I'm really excited to see this collection and try it out for you guys. So this is the outer packaging of the palette, and I am here for this. I feel like this collection compared to their previous Disney collection is more of the nighttime version of that. So I am obsessed with the packaging so far. I'm loving the royal blues, definitely giving me those magical Disney vibes, and definitely sending me back into the childhood era where I grew up watching all of these movies. And the most exciting part is when you open it up. I die, you guys. But look at this. Oh my god. So when you open it up, the first thing you see is the Disney princesses on the top of the packaging of this palette, which I love. I love the fact that they went with that style for this palette instead of a mirror. I just think it's more unique. It definitely gives you more of the purpose of it being a Disney collab when you see all of them, when you open up the palettes and you can see where their inspiration came from, how they got these colors, and why they named them the names they named because of all of the princesses. So I love that. And I've loved the detail work that they put into this palette with how they designed the princesses. I love that they add a twist to their original costumes and stuff that they wear in the movies, and they make them look more chic and more up to date and more modern. So I love that. I think they did a really good job. And then for the palette, of course, I am obsessed with the color scheme of this palette. I think they did a really good job with having every shade match something from the princesses. So personally, I love the color scheme of this palette. I love the fact that they went with the neutral shades on the first row, the shimmer and glitter shades on the second row, and then the deep and darker shades on the third row. I just think that is so aesthetically pleasing, and when I overall look at the palette, I definitely could see myself creating so many different looks with it. I can create a simple look with this for every day, a bold and smoky look. There are so many different things you can do with this, and I personally love the colors in here. So yeah, I think this is a really great palette. The packaging is everything, and honestly, so far I am here for it. So I went ahead and swatched the first row on the palette for you guys. Here is the second row in the palette, and here is row 3 of the palette. The next thing that they came out with in the collection was they have a bunch of princess bundles. So the one that I have right here is Tiana's bundle, but for every princess that they have in the collection, they do have their own personal bundles. So each of those bundles do cost $18, and in the bundle you will either get a blush or a highlight, and you will get their new formulated liquid lip, which is called their Luxe Liquid Lip. And you will get this kind of packaging if you buy the whole bundle, and if you don't, you can buy the products inside individually. So if you decide to buy the blush or highlight, it is $10, and if you decide to buy the Luxe Liquid Lip, it is $8. So this is the packaging, and this, like I said, this one is for Tiana. So as you can see, it does have like her masquerade mask on the front of it with the greens and the blues on here, which is really pretty. So when you open this up, as you can see, we have Princess Tiana right here, and it says down in New Orleans. Yes, honey, I have actually been to New Orleans, and it is so much fun down there. So I definitely vibe with this whole theme of this bundle. And I just love, like I said, the detail that they do on the princesses. I think they do a wonderful job. She looks amazing. So when you open this up, you do see the new Luxe liquid lipstick and the blush. And I love that they continue to add Tiana on the compact. So when you do have it in your drawer and stuff, you know that it is the Disney one from Colourpop. So yeah, I really like this. I think this is such a great deal and I love the packaging for it. So I actually went ahead and swatched the bundle for you guys. So the top one is the blush, which this is called Kissing a Frog. And the bottom one is the Luxe Liquid Lip, and this is in the shade Prince Naveen. Okay, so now that we got all the information out of the way, let's go ahead and dip right into the palette. I'm really excited. I'm ready to see what this palette is talking about. It's cute. Is she going to blend on her eyes? Is she going to do the do? We're going to see. I'm going to let y'all know. I'm going to start with the shade Enchanted. And this is like a peachy shade. It is not showing up that way on camera. But it is definitely a peach. Literally a straight up peach. And so far I'm getting, you know, normal Colourpop eyeshadow vibes. We're not having any trouble with the blending. It's going on really nicely, very smooth, and it is looking nice. Yeah, that's a really nice everyday peachy shade. I feel like it looks really pretty. Next, I'm going to go in with this shade right here, which is Nutmeg. I would say this is more like a terracotta orangey brown shade, and I'm going to just continue to add that into the crease, but it's going to help add a little bit more depth. So yeah, we're going to take that shade. Ooh, that is a pretty shade right here. Definitely pigmented. And I'm just layering that on top of that Enchanted shade. And I feel like they are going to be really good shades to complement each other. Every time I use Colourpop eyeshadows, I'm always impressed with how good they are every time. I'm just like, how do y'all be making these good ass eyeshadows for such a cheap price? Like every time I'm kind of shook, like I swear they always are pigmented, they blend really nicely, they have great color schemes. They are always putting out stuff. I swear they do not sleep. They are literally coming out with something like every week and it is insane. Now I'm going to take this red shade Gadsden and I'm going to add this in the outer crease and a little bit in the center of the lid. I think that's going to be a really nice shade. I love a good red shade and I'm really excited to see how it's going to blend because red is definitely a tricky eyeshadow to work with when you're making them. So yeah, we're going to see how it blends on our eyes. That red shade does have a little bit of kick up. You just want to dust off your brush after you pick it up. Ooh. So the pigmentation is definitely there with this red. Like it just said boom on my eyes. So she did not come to play today. So far I'm really impressed with this red. It's actually really pigmented and it's not like doing that blending away junk after you like have a pigmented shade and it just blends away after you start blending it. It is staying there and it is not moving. So the next shade I'm going to be taking is the shade Merryweather, which is this royal blue shade. And I'm going to apply that on the outer crease. I think it's going to look really great with that red. So we're just going to go ahead and blend that right on in. And if you're curious of what brushes I'm using, I'm actually using the eye brushes from the Jaclyn Hill Times Morphe collection. So I'm always using those brushes because I feel like they definitely blend the eyeshadow really well. And I think they're really nice. Okay, so I'm just going to pack that on first before I blend it. Ooh, this is going to be so pretty, y'all. Okay, so I definitely can tell with this blue, you definitely want to make sure you're packing it first before you blend. Because I feel like it's going to be a shade that we're going to have a little bit of trouble with. So you just want to make sure you pack it on and get the color payoff that you want first and then start blending it. And this is definitely just going to be a packing and blending kind of thing. You're just going to have to keep packing that blue shade on and bling it out until you get the payoff that you want. So I'm going to go ahead and cut the crease really quickly, and then we're going to come back and I'm going to apply some of the shimmers or glitters on my eyelids, and we can see how it all comes together. So I'll be right back. So I'm back. I've already cut the crease and I've added a little bit of Merryweather in the outer crease, and we're going to go ahead and get into the lid shades. So I'm thinking the first shade I want to go into is Mama Odie, which is this really nice green brownish reflective color. I'm gonna go ahead and add that in the first part of the cut crease, and then I'm gonna take the shade Frog and Wife, which is this really nice reflective green shade, and I'm gonna add that right next to it. Okay, so we're going in with Mama Odie. This is a really pretty shade. When I swatched this, it definitely was one of the shades that stood out to me the most in this palette. Oh my god, that is so pretty. And as you can see, it is extremely pigmented. It looks amazing. I love it, you guys. Okay, so that is the first shade, and now I'm going to go in with the green shade, like I said, right here, Frog and Wife. And this is more of like an emerald green shade, and I'm going to pop that right next to that shade. Ooh, this is gorgeous. And now I'm going to go back in with the shade Merryweather, which is that blue shade, and we're just going to blend that back and forth so it blends in with that green. So that is pretty much the eyes. So I'm going to go ahead and add some lashes and liner and do my base makeup. Then I'm going to come back on, do the lower lash line, put on the blush and the liquid lipstick, and then we'll be done. So I'll be right back. Okay, so I'm probably going to take a mixture of all the crease shades we use. So I'm going to take Enchanted, Nutmeg, Gadsden, and Merryweather, and I'm going to take all those and blend that on my lower lash line. And then I'm going to go in with that red shade, Gadsden. I'm just going to bring that like a third of the way in on the eye. And then I'm going to go back in with the shade Merryweather, which is that royal blue shade. And I'm going to deepen up the lower lash line just on the outer part. So you definitely want to make sure you don't bring this shade all the way in. I just want it right in here. I'm going to take this shade right here, which is Spinning Well, and I'm going to add that as an inner corner highlight. I don't know if you guys can see that, but it's definitely like a pinky reddish color. I think it's really pretty. So now we're going to go ahead and get into the Princess Bundle. So we're going to go ahead and use this blush, and this is the Kissing a Frog blush. I actually really like this blush. I feel like it's the perfect mixture of a mauve and a berry tone. I think it just gives you a really nice flush of blush. It's not like overly pigmented. It's definitely a shade I could see myself wearing on an everyday basis. So I really like that. It's definitely going on very smoothly, and it looks really, really pretty. I love it. Okay, so now I'm gonna go ahead and apply the lip, and this is their new formula. This is their Luxe Liquid Lip. I know they came out with Luxe lipsticks, so I'm really intrigued to see how this compares to that, because I do have some of their Luxe lipsticks and I really like those. They're very creamy, very moisturizing, really easy to glide on, very pigmented and stuff. So I'm really excited to see how that translates into a liquid lip. So I feel like it's going to be very comfortable, very moisturizing, almost like a blotted lip and a satin lip probably combined is what I'm imagining. So yeah, and we have this really pretty shade, and this is in the shade Prince Naveen. Wow, I'm honestly really impressed with this. It literally feels like there's nothing on my lips, and I would definitely say it's between an ultra blotted lip and a satin lip combined. I would say the consistency of it is more of a thinner formula. Like, it literally feels like there's nothing on my lips whatsoever, which is crazy. But the fact that it still has a lot of pigment to it is very surprising with how lightweight it feels. It might be my new favorite, honestly. Like, out of all of them, I think this is by far one of their best formulas that they have came out with. I'm really impressed. So I'm gonna go ahead and do my hair really fast. I'll be right back and I'll give you guys my final thoughts on this new collection between Disney and Colourpop. So I definitely think Colourpop and Disney did a really good job with the execution of this whole collab. I feel like the first collab, the palette was more neutral. It was a lot of light shades, you know, light neutrals, light shimmer shades in that palette. And I feel like with this one, you're definitely getting that midnight vibe with this when all the princesses are going to the ball. I definitely like that they went with that direction with this palette, and I love the detail work. They did a wonderful job with the detail work. Again, I was completely blown away the first time with the detail work, but they did it again with this one as well. Also about the palette, I definitely feel like all of the shades were very pigmented. I didn't have any trouble with any of the blending, but that's normally typical for Colourpop. I feel like they do a really good job with their eyeshadow formulation, so I really did enjoy this palette, and I know this is something I will be using so many times. So yeah, I really like this. And then next for the bundle, I love the blush. It was a really nice color on me. I think it was such a great everyday mauve red tone. It was pigmented. It was definitely the same Colourpop formula because I have a lot of their blushes and I really do enjoy them. So I love the fact that all of them are going to have the princesses on them. So when you look at it in your drawer, you can see like their cute faces on them, and it has a mirror in it as well. So I really like that. So as for the Luxe liquid lip, I love this formula by far. If you're someone who does not like matte liquid lips or lipsticks or anything that makes your lips feel uncomfortable or dry, then I would highly recommend this to you. This formula is really creamy. It's more of a thinner consistency, but you're still getting that pigmentation as if you're using a liquid lipstick or a lipstick, and I really like that. I like the fact that it doesn't feel like I have anything on my lips. Like, it doesn't feel like I have to worry about it being on my lips or anything. I know it's not going to look dry or cracky or anything, and it definitely is not going to just slip off because it's too creamy. It's definitely, in my opinion, in between an ultra blotted lip and a satin lip with a thinner consistency, and I really enjoy this. I really hope they come out with many more shades in this formula because your girl is going to be picking them up because I am obsessed. Overall, I really did enjoy this collection. I think it is such a great collection to have, especially if you are a big Disney fan or if you grew up watching Disney movies, and I really think you will enjoy this collection. This honestly would be a great gift to give someone for Christmas time. I know that if one of my friends or family gave me this, I would definitely be so excited. So definitely keep that in mind if you're looking for Christmas gifts or you have someone in mind. Then you might can actually give this to someone for Christmas. Don't forget to give this video a huge thumbs up, as well as click that subscribe button so you can go ahead and join the fam and turn on your post notifications so you can be notified every time I post a video. I love you guys so much, and I will see you in my next one. Bye, loves.